could save their skin. And one answer is COVID-19. That is, according to the, let's call it the maximum conspiracy interpretation, which I think is at least partly true, COVID-19 is a bioweapon. It was almost certainly created to do much of what it's actually done. And it probably, among the reasons that COVID-19 was developed and unleashed are, number one, it was a 9/11 style event to terrorize the world and to roll back individual freedom and to allow the surveillance state to do anything it wants. And the reason that's important for the American empire in the West and the Zionists is that they're the ones that need a stronger surveillance state. China already has its surveillance state. It doesn't need any more. But they think that the West is going to lose in its competition with China unless we jump on board with the Internet of Things, with the absolute total surveillance society, with every object having its code that's tied into the 5G internet. And so the super efficiency, as they see it, that this kind of total surveillance society offers will allow the West to compete with China, which is already well on the road to that kind of economy. So COVID will save the Western economy by wiping out individual privacy and freedom, and everybody will basically be chipped. Everything will basically be chipped, and all of those chips will be linked through the 5G internet, and everything will be run with extreme efficiency, and that way we can compete with China. So that's one reason they did it. Another reason they did it is to blame China. If they need to, they can say, hey, this came out of Wuhan. And the Chinese deliberately did this terrible thing to us. Let's go to war. So it could be a Pearl Harbor style false flag designed to launch war on China. I think it's being used as a club that they're holding right now, saying, hey, China, don't get too far out of line, or we can bash you with this. We can tell our people that you did COVID. So another thing that COVID accomplished is that it's going to solve the biggest single problem that Western economies face in the next decades, which is the inverted age pyramid problem. All economies have to have a pyramid with the broad base of the pyramid being a large number of younger workers who are paying taxes. And those taxes in the pay-as-you-go retirement systems are supporting the tip of the pyramid, which is the small number of retirees. But what's happened is that that's reversed because of the population decline. And so by 2050, they say there will be 7 German retirees for every German worker. And that's unsustainable. The economy will completely collapse before that. So how are they going to solve this problem? Well, what you would want to do is find something that will kill off old, sick, and unproductive retired people. And guess what? That's exactly what COVID does. Wow, what a coincidence. COVID has supposedly reduced life expectancy here in the United States by 1 year. And that's almost entirely a year of elderly and extremely expensive life. Medical costs are almost entirely incurred in the last part of one's life. So each of us has a certain medical cost associated with our lives. And the vast majority of that cost will be spent during the last few months or last few years of our life. If you do the graph, like how much you cost medically, it goes like this, and then towards the end of your life, it just whoosh, like that. So you take out 1 year of life expectancy of old and sick people, and you've just saved trillions of dollars. And that's what COVID has done. Coincidence? I don't think so, because the West is about to completely collapse because of this problem. So, it's when you ask who gains from this, and then, you say, and why are they lying? Why are they giving us this ridiculous story about bats from Wuhan? The bat precursor to this thing doesn't live within 1,000 miles of Wuhan. And there's no way that the spike protein could have suddenly become perfect to unlock the human cell just by some natural process. And they've been lying outrageously, making completely transparently bogus arguments to try to debunk the bioweapon hypothesis. Why are they lying that way? You put all this together, and it sure looks like COVID-19 is another sort of 9/11 style false flag by many of the usual suspects designed to do everything that it's done.